Let's make dinner. Today we're going to be making spinach and sun-dried tomato pasta, blackened trout, and pan-seared asparagus. So here's everything you're going to need for your dinner tonight. You're going to need asparagus, spinach, sun-dried tomatoes, pasta of your choice. I like thin spaghetti, shredded Parmesan, fish of your choice. This is trout. I have heavy whipping cream, onion, garlic bulbs, and a lemon. I'm going to go ahead and dice up your garlic. That's about 2 bulbs. That's a half of an onion and a half of a lemon. So this is steelhead trout. I asked for salmon, but this is what they sent me. It has the same flavor profile, so no objections here. So you're going to go ahead and get that seasoned up with a little bit of onion powder. Next, you're going to use a little bit of garlic powder. I don't use as much garlic on fish just because I don't want it to be too garlicky, if that makes sense. A little bit of black pepper, of course. Can't live without my black pepper. Then you want to go ahead and add in some Creole seasoning. I can't live without Tony's either. If Tony's didn't exist, I would be clearly making my own seasoning because this is the best. A little bit of Mrs. Dash for that good flavor profile. And then some smoked paprika. Smoked paprika definitely takes fish, salmon, trout up to a different level. You want to go ahead and squeeze a little bit of lemon over that. And then you want to proceed to massage all of that in. Love your meat, guys. Massage that in so it gets in the fish real nice and good. So you want to go ahead and heat up your skillet, cast iron skillet, of course. We're blackening this. A little bit of olive oil, a little bit of butter. And you're just going to drop that down in the pan. I leave the fillets whole when I go ahead and blacken them just because it keeps them juicy and it doesn't dry them out on the edges. You don't have to. You can cut them up first into fillet size. I just cut them later. That's the only difference. So once you have your water boiling, you're going to go ahead and drop your pasta down in there. Make sure your water is already salted so you can soak up some of that salt. We're going to go ahead and make our pasta sauce. You want to take some of the oil off of those sun-dried tomatoes and knock that down in the pan. Then you want to add in just a little bit of butter. Butter makes everything better, of course. It makes a good flavor. So you're going to go ahead and saute your onion and your diced garlic into that. And by now, the house smells so good. I'm going to add in a little bit of crushed red pepper because I think it tastes so good in this pasta. Once you're done with that, you're going to go ahead and drain your pasta while you're letting that saute over there on the side. To the pasta, I always add black pepper, a little bit of butter, a little bit of Italian seasoning, and then I go ahead and stir that together. I do not put salt on the pasta since I'm getting ready to make this cream sauce. You do not want this to be too salty, so salt in the water should be enough. Once that salt, your veggies are nice and translucent, as they say, you want to add in a little bit of spinach, a couple handfuls. You don't need much, of course, it's going to wilt all the way down. Then you're going to actually add in some of those sun-dried tomatoes. You're going to stir that around. And once that looks like something, we can go ahead and make our chicken broth for this. If you have regular chicken broth, you can use that. But I have this huge jar of Knorr, so let's use it. So it's about a tablespoon or teaspoon of chicken bouillon powder into about a cup and a half of water. I don't really measure this like I probably should, but I mean, it comes out just like chicken broth, so it works. Just want to stir that around, and then you're going to add in your heavy cream. I added in about half of I believe this is a pint or a quart. This is a quart. This is a quart of heavy cream. I used about half of this, and you're going to go ahead and stir that around and mix that in with the chicken broth that you just made. Then we're going to go ahead and season that up with some regular Tony's, a little bit of ground paprika. This is the regular paprika, not the smoked one. I only use a smoked one on the fish. You can use it in here, but I just personally didn't want the smoked flavor in the pasta, honestly. The paprika is really for color for this pasta. Then you're going to add in a little bit of black pepper. You're going to stir that up, and then we're going to get ready to thicken this. So we're going to use some Parmesan cheese to thicken that sauce up. So let's go ahead and get started on our asparagus. You're going to wash that and cut off about 1/4 of the tip off of that. Then you're going to go ahead and take a skillet, put a little bit of olive oil in it and a little bit of butter, of course. This is how I saute pretty much everything with olive oil and butter. You're going to just drop those down in there, give them a nice little swish. I use plain white salt, white sea salt, and plain black pepper on asparagus. It's the easiest thing ever. Squeeze a little bit of lemon juice over the top for the flavor profile, of course. And then you're going to go ahead and saute that up. So once that's sauteing, you want to go ahead and check on your pasta. And it looks all to the nice desired consistency. We're going to go ahead and add in our thin spaghetti to the sauce. As much as you like or as little as you like. It looks like our asparagus is ready. It's nice and charred on the bottom as I like it. And here is dinner, y'all. We have our homemade spinach and sun-dried tomato pasta, our blackened fish, and our sauteed asparagus. This was so good. Perfect for a weeknight. Enjoy.